Okay, one last part now. Press escape. Just to explain a few things, is beside object mode, you have edit mode. It's very easy to jump into edit mode by accident by pressing the tab key. If you press the tab key, you'll suddenly see that changes to edit mode, and this is where you can actually change the internal shape of the object. We don't want to do that, so just make sure you're always in object mode. And you might also see there are different ways of viewing it. There is the texture, there is material, there's solid. There's another way which is rendered, but you need a very powerful machine, and we tend to do it in something called cycles, so we won't do that now. Right, so you have different ways of doing that. Another neat one, if you're really interested, I find this fascinating, is at the top here, when we're in game mode, you can go game and you can tick show physics. This will actually show you, when you play it, what the physics engine is doing in the background and how it's calculating all the movement. There we go, and that's showing all the nodes as they move around until it finally becomes static, its influence areas and the shape of its physics engine. Now, with that in mind, one last thing for those that really want to try it is I'm going to add one last object. And I go add, mesh. In this case, although technically you could do it with monkey, let's just do it with a UV sphere. UV sphere doesn't stand for ultraviolet. It's actually a different set of coordinates, and if you're interested in that you can look it up, but basically it's the coordinates that wrap around the surface. That's what the UV means. So, with this sphere I'm going to carefully move it to the right position, which I'm going to have at the end, and I'm going to scale it down, and very, very carefully I'm just going to place it there. Just test that sits there. Now at the moment it won't do much, so I go to my physics, I change it from static to rigid. This time collision bonds I have to tick. Box is no good. If we look at it as a box, you'll see what happens. With physics on, you can see it actually working it out. Here it comes. It just kind of knocks it over. So even though it's a sphere, in terms of its physics engine, it thinks it's a box. So I'm going to change it now from box to sphere. If we run this now, you can see a totally different behavior. So as a real extension task, and you can try that one. You could even try playing with a sphere and see how that works. Here we go. Perfect. You might like to give those a try as well. Okay?